My name is Beth Tuttle, and I'm a social worker on the South team. I have worked with Four Seasons for 15 years this May, and for 14 and a half of those years I've worked as a CNA in the community and at Elizabeth House, and now back in the community. I came to Four Seasons actually as a CNA, and I was looking for a Monday through Friday 8 to 4:30, which in the CNA world that's kind of like a gravy, hours. That's what you want. You can feel like you have a normal life, have weekends off. And it just kind of grew. It was a transition from being a rehab CNA and working in skilled facilities to being a, comfort care, end of life, a different kind of perspective for care. So I continued and I grew to love it. And then I wanted to go back to school to become a nurse, and my hat is off to our nurses, but I found out that I did not want to be a nurse. And I really still love being a CNA. I've technically been a CNA for 20 years. And so I continued my CNA career, went over to Elizabeth House, and now, and then I decided, well, I still want to do something in hospice care. So I went back to school and got my associates at Blue Ridge. And so then I came here, back and said, what can I do? Can I, and I got accepted into the Mars Hill program for social work. And then I was able to do an internship with Four Seasons also. So, it's pretty much been my whole career here is just kind of growing in a different way, but still continuing to be able to be part of hospice care. I love working at Four Seasons because I love the atmosphere. I love the camaraderie. I love the people. I love the community that we serve. I've lived in this community my whole life, and so I've gotten to, know a lot of people. I've taken care of a lot of people's moms, dads, cousins, kids, unfortunately, and I like to be able to serve this community, and I feel like through Four Seasons I've been able to. It's grown a lot since I've been here, but at the same time it's still been very community based. I even got to spend some time in Asheville in the Buncombe County team when I first started as a social worker, not when I first came on, but and it was still, even though Asheville is huge to me because I've always stuck around Hendersonville, it was still very community based and didn't feel as big as it is. And I think that's one of the things that I like about it. It's always been a supportive presence. It's always been just encouragement. Four Seasons has encouraged me to do whatever I chose to do, whether it was to be a nurse or whether it was to be a social worker or a CNA. I've always had that push from somebody within the organization. So I think that's what made me really enjoy and love working for Four Seasons. So what kind of fulfills me with my job is that I am learning. It's new. Even though hospice care in general is not new to me, the role that I'm in now is new to me still. And I'm learning, and I love learning more things. There's a lot of things that I'm not always able to do for my patients and families that I used to be able to as a CNA. I did a lot of physical care, a lot of physical comfort, so I was able to say, oh, let me just do that for you. Let me just do that for you. And now I get to do more of an encouragement to the patients and the families to say, well, let me help you do this. Let me help you, let's think about this together. So I think that I really kind of enjoy the sticky situations with the problem solving and the resource finding and just kind of figuring out the empowerment, empowering them, encouraging them to kind of, figure out what a best plan is. It can be stressful at times, but I think part of that makes me want to keep doing it. Really big. I was doing a thing last night with Mars Hill. I went back to the death and dying class that I took back when I was doing my program and spoke to the class about social work and hospice care. There was another hospice person there, and they're from Madison County, so their community is really small. And she said, one of the questions was, are you guys nonprofit? And I said, yeah, we are. And she said, but you're so big. And I said, but our core is still small. It's still individually community based, whether or not that's in multiple communities. We're still that. I said, but we are a nonprofit. I think that just enjoying time with my family. I have had to learn as a social worker those boundaries of kind of putting all that I can into work and then shutting it down for my time for me and my family outside of work. So that's important to me. And whether that be to go get a steak and a drink, or to go to the gym and work out with my husband, or watch my kid. My kid does a lot of dance competitions, so I like to go watch her kind of think about the times that I used to be able to move like that, but definitely get to see her kind of sprout her wings. And so I guess spending time with family a lot, whatever I can do to spend genuine time with them. I guess at the end of all this, I just wanted to, just say, just a thank you. I mean, Four Seasons in general, and I'm going to try not to tear up, I wasn't going to do this, has really supported me through a lot, and I've grown. And it's not just been necessarily certain individuals, it's been a lot of certain individuals, and it's also been the organization as a whole. So I just want to say thank you.